How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be playing through Pokemon Red. Now, Pokemon Red is part of a series including Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, which would be the first generation of Pokemon games. So we are currently at Pokemon, as far as mainline games, Pokemon Legends Arceus. So this is the very first Pokemon title of a mainline game in North America. Growing up, I started on Pokemon Yellow, which is pretty much a modified version of Pokemon Red and Blue. Growing up, I wanted Pokemon Red, but it was so popular, I got Pokemon Yellow because it was a lot easier to attain. So I had a Game Boy Advance and I would play my Pokemon Yellow, which is a very, very good game. You can play Pokemon Red or Blue and Yellow separately and still have a wonderful experience, because Yellow is just an enhanced version of Red and Blue, and it takes a lot of cues from the Pokemon anime. Now, those of you that don't know what Pokemon is about, essentially you capture creatures and have them fight for you while attempting to be the greatest Pokemon trainer known to man or complete your Pokedex. Me personally, I've never completed a Pokedex in any Pokemon game, but Red, Blue, and Yellow are going to be the easiest ones to do so. Now, the differences between Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue are the Pokemon you're able to find in both games. They make it so you can find certain Pokemon in one, but not the other, to encourage you to trade with your friends. Now, I'll be playing this on my computer, and there is a way to get every Pokemon on one game without using any sort of cheat codes. Like, I'll just be utilizing processes and techniques that are in the game to attain all 151 original Pokemon. Now, without any further ado, let's hop into the game. I'll be explaining various aspects of the game as I go through. I'm going to hit New Game, and right off the bat we're introduced to Professor Oak. He is the greatest Pokemon expert known to man, and he starts off by telling us, "Hello there, welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People call me the Pokemon Professor. This world is inhabited by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets, others use them for fights. Myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. First, what is your name?" And it gives us 3 pre-populated options: Red, the main protagonist from the Pokemon manga; Ash, the main protagonist from the Pokemon anime; and Jack, just a simple name that they provide. I'm going to put my name as Magic, and then we will be off to the races. Right, so your name is Magic. This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you were babies. What was his name again? Now you get the options Blue, Gary, John, or new name. Now, back in the day when you can play these games at Walmart, people would put all sorts of wild names in the new name category. I will not be doing that. My rival's name will be Blue, as it is in the manga. He's like, "That's right, I remember now, his name is Blue," or whatever name you decide to go with. Magic, your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go. So the game spawns us in our bedroom when we first play the game. And in our bedroom we have a giant tree, a bed, a Super Nintendo. When you click on it, it says Magic is playing the Super Nintendo. Okay, it's time to go. We have our computer over here, or PC as the game refers to it, personal computer. And the personal computer in our room allows us to access item storage. So we can withdraw an item, deposit an item, toss an item, or log off. The log off option you can also access just by hitting the B button. We're going to withdraw an item because at the start of the game they leave a potion in your PC. The potion will heal your Pokemon 20 HP, which are health points. Because when your Pokemon are battling, they have health points. Coming downstairs, we have a couple bookcases, a TV, dining room table, and our mother at the table. Mom says, "Right, all boys leave home someday. It said so on TV. Professor Oak next door is looking for you." So let's see what's on the TV. There's no kitchen in the house. There's a movie on TV. 4 boys are walking on railroad tracks. I better go too. So for those that don't recognize that reference, it's about a movie called Stand By Me, which is a dark, gritty, coming-of-age movie that came out in, I believe, in the 80s, maybe the 90s. I'm not great at remembering movies and when they came out with, but that's where that TV reference came from. And I'm going to try to speak to as many people throughout the game as possible. This girl says, "I'm raising Pokemon too. When they get strong, they can protect me. But I'm not raising any Pokemon." So if we open up our start menu, the first option is Pokemon, but when you hit A on it, nothing happens because we don't have any Pokemon. Our item shows that we have 1 potion. Magic is the player card, so it gives you your name, how much money, how much time you've played the game, and badges. So when you obtain a badge, the badge will appear over the gym leader's face. All these pictures are of the gym leaders of the various towns who are master Pokemon trainers. We then have the save option, the option, which I always change the text speed too fast just to speed things up a little bit. And then the exit option, which you can also access by hitting B. This street sign here tells us what town we're in. Pallet Town, shades of your journey await. See what this gentleman has to say. Technology is incredible. You can now store and recall items and Pokemon as data via PC. These little blocks are not something you can walk through, and we can't walk past these ledges either. We read this sign, it tells us Oak Pokemon Research Lab. So let's go in and find Professor Oak. I study Pokemon as Professor Oak's aide. And then this gentleman, I study Pokemon as Professor Oak's aide as well. And then this lady, Professor Oak is the authority on Pokemon. Many trainers hold him in high regard. Here's our rival Blue. Blue says, "Yo Magic, Gramps isn't around." So that tells us that Professor Oak isn't here. Those are Pokeballs. They contain Pokemon. Then if we click on these charts on the wall, push start to open the menu. The save option is on the menu screen. Then we click on this guy. It's encyclopedia-like, but the pages are blank. Let's see what's on Professor Oak's computer. There's an email message here. Calling all Pokemon trainers. The elite trainers of Pokemon League are ready to take on all comers. Bring your best Pokemon and see how you rate as a Pokemon trainer. Pokemon League HQ, Indigo Plateau. P.S. Professor Oak, please visit us. So now we are going to leave on our adventure with no Pokemon. So let's go into the grass. Oak says, "Hey, wait, don't go out." Oak says, "It's unsafe. Wild Pokemon live in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know. Here, come with me. And then from here, the game takes control away from me and makes me go into Professor Oak's lab. Here, Blue cries, "Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting." And then Oak says, "Blue? Let me think. Oh, that's right, I told you to come. Just wait. Here, Magic. There are 3 Pokemon here. Haha! They are inside the Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer. In my old age, I have only 3 left. But you can have one. Choose." Blue says, "Hey, Gramps, what about me?" Oak says, "Be patient, Blue. You can have one too." So now control is back in my hands. If I try to leave, Oak says, "Hey, don't go away yet. We have snacks and Pokemon." So I'm going to click on all these just to show you what each one is. The first option is the Charmander, which is a fire type Pokemon. The description: obviously prefers hot places. When it rains, steam is said to spout from the tip of its tail. So you want the fire Pokemon Charmander? And hit B on that. Squirtle, the water type Pokemon. After birth, its back swells and hardens into a shell. Powerfully sprays foam from its mouth. So, you want the water Pokemon Squirtle? No. Bulbasaur, the grass type Pokemon. A strange seed was planted on its back at birth. The plant sprouts and grows with this Pokemon. So you want the plant Pokemon Bulbasaur? No. I am a big fan of fire type Pokemon. Growing up, looking at it, your options are fire, water, and grass. Fire is the most interesting of those 3 things, because fire is exciting. I know water applied with the correct amount of pressure can slice through iron, but fire just has that innate destructive feeling to it. So we're going to pick Charmander as our first Pokemon. Now oops, I hit B instead of A. This Pokemon's really energetic. Magic, receive Charmander. Do you want to nickname the Charmander? I hit no. And then Charmander shows up on my screen. And then Blue says, "I'll take this one." And Blue receives Squirtle. So the Pokemon type chart in a nutshell of these 3 is fire beats grass, grass beats water, and water beats fire. So depending on which Pokemon you choose, your rival will always choose the one that has the type advantage over your Pokemon, which is why the game has you choose your Pokemon first. So here's a good place to save. So it says I've got 1 Pokemon, 0 badges. It'll tell me that there's an older file that it's gonna overwrite. So I've now saved the game. Now that I've saved the game, I'm going to do a little technique to obtain the other Pokemon that I passed up on. So I'm going to reset the game. And I'm going to go to new game. I'm going to skip everything Professor Oak wants to tell me. Except for my name, I'll put that the same every time. Name our rival Blue again. So the helpful thing about using this emulator is you have something called a save state, which allows you to save the exact time you want to in a game versus saving the game manually. So now that I've picked my first starter Pokemon and saved and then started a new game, I'm going to go to the save menu. It'll ask me if I like to save the game. I'll hit yes. It'll say the older file will be erased to save. Okay. So the second I hit yes, I'm going to reset the system. And if I did this correctly, I should be in my room, but with Charmander in my party. So I didn't do it quite fast enough. You have a very small threshold to do it. So it put me over here back in Professor Oak's lab. So I'm gonna go back to the save state I made. So I'm back in my room and I'm gonna try to save again. And like I said, you have to reset the system right when you hit yes within a certain margin of error. So we'll try this again. It's still... We'll know we did it right when the Pokédex says 0 on it. So this might take a minute. I'll give it a few more tries, and then I will load from a state that I actually successfully pulled this off in. Let's see. Yep, I still did not do that right. This was a very challenging and frustrating experience on the actual handhelds, because if you screwed this part up, it would completely jack up your save file. The file data is destroyed. Okay, so clearly it didn't like me trying that. So we'll go back to our save state. So I think that happened because I did it a little too late. If you do it too early, you'll be at Professor Oak's lab. If you do it too late, you'll destroy your save file. Because you have to reset before any new text appears on the screen. If the save file is destroyed, we'll do it one more time. Oh, that's still didn't work. I just have the Charmander, so we're gonna continue from a previous save. So if you check, I have Charmander, and I also have Squirtle. So you've got to be able to do this twice. So it took me well over an hour to pull this off the first time. But now I have 2 Pokemon. But if I go to save, it will say that I have 0 Pokemon. Because when you utilize this technique, the first 2 Pokemon that you pick will not show up in your Pokédex. I think I can go into the grass without Professor... Nope, Professor Oak will still stop me. Oh, it's unsafe. Wild Pokemon live in tall grass. So he's not even recognizing that I already have Pokemon with me. But on the screen you can see I've got the Squirtle and I have the Charmander. So if I really wanted to, I could pick another Squirtle and another Charmander. But for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to pick Bulbasaur, so I have all three. That way our adventure is going to be a little easier, and completing our Pokédex will be easier as well. Later on, after we complete the mainline story, we will be able to add Charmander and Squirtle into our Pokédex. So our rival is going to choose the Charmander, so we're going to use the Squirtle. And pick Bulbasaur, the seed Pokemon. You want the plant Pokemon Bulbasaur? Yes, we do. This Pokemon is really energetic. Do I want to nickname Bulbasaur? No, I don't. So now I have all three starter Pokemon. And now it's time to bounce. But then Blue challenges us to a battle. Whenever Blue appears from this point on, he has its own theme song, which you know it's going down when the theme song starts to play. Blue says, "Wait, Magic, let's check out our Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on." Blue wants to fight. It shows that he had one Pokemon and we have three. His Charmander's level 5, my Squirtle's level 5. I have the option to fight, use an item, run, or switch through my Pokemon. Now you cannot run from a trainer battle. If you try it, it'll say no, there's no running from a trainer battle. So our only option is to fight. Now, Pokemon moves also have types in addition to Pokemon themselves having types. Now, Squirtle being a water Pokemon means if I use a water attack, it'll have what's called a same type attack boost. So water attacks will be stronger from water Pokemon. Starting off, you only have Tackle, which is a normal type move, and Tail Whip, which is a normal type move. Tackle has a base attack of 35, and Tail Whip will lower your opponent's defense by 1 stage. So you can raise or lower particular stats up to 6 stages. Using Tail Whip will lower Charmander's defense by 1 stage. So I'll start off with a Tail Whip. Charmander started off with a Scratch. And then I'll start using Tackle. But Charmander used Growl, which lowered my attack 1 stage. So that was a critical hit, which is not good for us. Luckily we have additional Pokemon if we need them. 2 critical hits in a row. We are going to use... Oh, we didn't grab our potion. Well, that was not smart on our end. We should have grabbed our potion from the PC. We can't lose the first battle. So we're gonna switch to our Charmander. I don't know if the game designed it to use Growl at that moment so that I wouldn't lose, but I didn't want to take any chances. So enemy Charmander fainted, and then Squirtle gained a boosted 49 EXP and grew to level 6. So as your Pokemon battle, each Pokemon involved in that battle gets EXP. And the Squirtle and Charmander, even though they are both my Squirtle and Charmander, are from different versions of the game technically, because I started with them in one game and then made a new game but carried them over. So they are considered to have been received in a trade, so they get what's known as boosted experience points. So that'll help them grow a little quicker. Now, as Pokemon gain experience points, their stats increase. So you have your attack, your HP, you have your attack, defense, speed, and special. Now in Generation 1, special encompasses your special attack and your special defense. So normal attacks like Scratch use the attack stat. Special attacks that are elemental like fire type moves will use the special attack, and when you're being hit by a fire type move, it'll use the special defense. And then we get the victory music, Magic defeated Blue. What? Unbelievable! I picked the wrong Pokemon. And then for some reason when you beat Pokemon trainers in battle, they give you money. So this is the original GTA. You just go around and you beat people up with your Pokemon and then you take their money. Like, I didn't need to play GTA when I had Pokemon. Blue says, okay, I'll make my Pokemon fight too. Toughen it up. Sorry, I didn't say that right. I wasn't expecting that next line of dialogue. Magic, Gramps, smell you later. Which is the signature phrase of Blue. Now let's see what Professor Oak has to say. Magic, raise your young Pokemon by making it fight. But I have 3 of those things. 3 of them things. And our Pokemon are fully healed. We like that. Well, Bulbasaur is going to grow the slowest because it will not get that boosted EXP, but we will save the game. And we'll also save state. Just in case something happens with our save file, we're able to come right back. This time we are going to go back home, and we're going to get our potion from the PC. Now we are ready to start our adventure. And we're going to save now that we got the potion. And now that the game recognizes that we have Pokemon, we can walk in the grass. Now when you walk through the grass, there's a chance for wild Pokemon to appear. I guess a very low chance for a wild Pokemon to. There we go. So this is a wild Pidgey, level 2. Now the point of... Oh no! Bulbasaur's attack missed. So there's always a chance your attack will miss, even with an attack like Tackle that has a 100% accuracy in this game. For some reason, the way this game was coded, 100% accuracy moves have a slight chance of missing without any interference from your opponent. So we're going to tackle it again. Pidgey's going to use Gust. The Bulbasaur is strong enough that it can tank a lot of that. Now, as you level up certain Pokemon, they will evolve. All 3 of these Pokemon are able to evolve twice. This gentleman says, "Hi, I work at the Pokemon Mart. It's a convenient shop, so please visit us in Viridian City." I know, I'll give you a sample. Here you go. Magic got potion. So now if I go into my items, I have 2 potions. Wild Rattata appeared. I'm gonna tackle it. So these are little ledges that you can jump down. Makes it really easy coming back to Pallet Town. We're gonna switch Pokemon because Bulbasaur needs a break. See what this gentleman has to say. See those ledges along the road? Okay, so he explains the ledges. It's a bit scary, but you can jump from them. You can get back to Pallet Town quicker that way. So right now we don't have any Pokeballs, so we can't capture any of these Pokemon that are appearing. So we're just gonna battle them to get our levels up. Now Rattata is a normal type Pokemon, so it is weak to fighting type moves. Oh, so close to reaching the town. Now with Charmander and Squirtle being technically from different trainers, even though it's me, they will grow a lot faster, but if you level your Pokemon up too soon, they will start to disobey you. If they're not from other trainers. The Pokemon you catch yourself will always obey you. Now that we're in Viridian City, trainer tips. The battle moves of Pokemon are limited by their power points, PP. To replenish PP, rest your Pokemon at the Pokemon Center. So we check our Charmander stats. It'll show us our PP. I've got 30 of 35 for Scratch. But if I go to the Pokemon Center, which says Poke on it, and you talk to this lady at the counter, welcome to our Pokemon Center. We heal your Pokemon back to perfect health. Shall we heal your Pokemon? And then you hit A on heal. Okay, we'll need your Pokemon. Thank you, your Pokemon are fighting fit. We hope to see you again. Now let's see what these people have to say. Pokemon centers heal your tired, hurt, or fainted Pokemon. So when your Pokemon faints, it's unable to battle, so you just bring it back to the Pokemon Center to get it back up and running. There's a Pokemon Center in every town ahead. They don't charge any money either. Because in Pokemon, healthcare is free. You can use that PC in the corner. The receptionist told me so. Oh no, the receptionist told me, period. So kind. This area here is for the Link battles, or Link trading. It's called the Cable Club. It says, we're making preparations, please wait. Because they don't want you trading this early in the game. But this PC is different than the one we have at home, because we can access someone's PC in addition to Magic's PC. Now someone's PC is the Pokemon storage system. So we have the option to withdraw Pokemon, deposit Pokemon, release Pokemon, or change box. Now each Pokemon box can only hold up to 20 Pokemon. So you want to make sure you don't fill them up all the way or you will be unable to catch any more Pokemon. I've never had that happen, so I'm not sure what would happen if I would try to catch a Pokemon with my party of 6 full and then my box with 20 Pokemon in there. So you're going to want to come back to the Pokemon Center periodically to change your box to make sure you don't overfill it. Now if you go to withdraw, I can't because I don't have any Pokemon in the PC. I could deposit one of my Pokemon if I chose to do so. You could release Pokemon, and it says there are no Pokemon here. The Pokemon has to be in the box to release it. Releasing it just means setting it out back into the wild, never to see it again. There's really no point to do that. And the last option just says see ya, which is the exit menu, and then you log off. Let's see what this gentleman has to say. You want to know about the 2 kinds of caterpillar Pokemon? Yes, we do. Caterpie has no poison, but Weedle does. Watch out for its poison sting. So in this game, there are various status ailments that can afflict your Pokemon, poison being one of them. If your Pokemon is poisoned, it will lose HP in battle, and every step you take after the battle is complete will drain 1 HP from your Pokemon. So you want to make sure to rush to a Pokemon Center or have an antidote item ready. So now that I've entered the Pokemart, which is a place you would usually buy your antidotes and your Pokeballs and various other items, the receptionist immediately, "Hey, you came from Pallet Town? You know Professor Oak, right? His order came in. Will you take it to him?" Magic got Oak's parcel, so I didn't even have the option to say no to this. Let's see if he'll let me buy something. Okay, say hi to Professor Oak for me. So the game is forcing you to go back to Professor Oak. No! Potions are sold out! This shop sells many antidotes. See if we can continue to explore. Those Pokeballs at your waist. You have Pokemon. It's great that you can carry and use Pokemon anytime, anywhere. Oh, shucks, I don't know why he moved back like that. That was wild. So if we keep going this way, we can run into Blue again, but we need to level up our Pokemon before we worry about that. I think this is the town sign. Viridian City, the eternally green paradise. Let's go into this house. Phew, I'm trying to memorize all my notes. Let's see what her notes say. Looked at the notebook. First page. Pokeballs are used to catch Pokemon. Up to 6 Pokemon can be carried. People who raise and make Pokemon fight are called Pokemon trainers. Turn the page. Yes. Second page. A healthy Pokemon may be hard to catch, so we weaken it first. Poison, burns, and other damage are effective. Turn the page. Yes. Third page. Pokemon trainers seek others to engage in Pokemon fights. Battles are constantly fought at Pokemon gyms. Turn the page. Yes. Fourth page. The goal for Pokemon trainers is to beat the top 8 Pokemon gym leaders. Do so to earn the right to face the Elite Four of the Pokemon League. And now the girl says, "Hey, don't look at my notes." Let's see what the teacher has to say. Okay, be sure to read the blackboard carefully. The blackboard describes Pokemon status changes during battles. So we have sleep, burn, freeze, poison, paralyze. Sleep. If your Pokemon has the sleep ailment, a Pokemon can't attack if it's asleep. Pokemon will stay asleep even after battles. Use Awakening to wake them up. Burn. A burn reduces power and speed. It also causes ongoing damage. Burns remain after battles. Use Burn Heal to cure a burn. Poison. When poisoned, a Pokemon's health steadily drops. Poison lingers after battles. Use an antidote to cure poison. Freeze. If frozen, a Pokemon becomes totally immobile. It stays frozen even after the battle ends. Use Ice Heal to thaw out Pokemon. Lastly, paralysis. Paralysis could make Pokemon moves misfire. Paralysis remains after battles. use Paralyze Heal for treatment. So that is the basic rundown of all the Pokemon status ailments that you can encounter. Let's go into this house. My daddy loves Pokemon too. Is this true, sir? Coming up with nicknames is fun, but hard. Simple names are the easiest to remember. Let's see what this Pokemon has to say. Sperry, to tweet. To tweet indeed. You can't go through here. This is private property. And the game is preventing us from passing. Oh, Grandpa, don't be so mean. He hasn't had his coffee yet. Well, I don't see you getting it for him, so what's going on here? The game really wants us to go back to Professor Oak, so we will. But we'll level up our Pokemon in the meantime. As your Pokemon level up, they will also learn new moves so that they can be more effective in battle. I'm just going to spam tackle. Bulbasaur grew to level 6. You want to make sure that your Pokemon all level up at a fairly consistent pace so you don't have one way stronger than the others. Just in case your strongest Pokemon does faint, you don't want to send out a super weak Pokemon in its place just to faint alongside it. Now with Bulbasaur's health as low as it is, I could use a potion, but since we're super close to a Pokemon Center, I will forego using a potion unless I have to. We'll switch into our Squirtle since Squirtle is fresh. And it looks like Bulbasaur's health is on the screen. Now the Pokemon don't want to bite. Interesting. I guess we'll go to the Pokemon Center, heal Bulbasaur. It's very important that before a big battle like a gym battle, you make sure to heal your Pokemon so they're fresh and ready to go. We're going to go straight to Professor Oak to get that parcel delivered, and then we'll continue leveling up our Pokemon. Hey bud, I got some for you. Oak, oh magic! How is my old Pokemon? Well, it seems to like you a lot. Obviously, come on man. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. What? You have something for me? Magic delivered Oak's parcel. Ah, this is the custom Pokeball I ordered. Thank you. Blue's theme music kicks on. Gramps! Blue says, what did you call me for? Oak, oh right, I have a request of you two. On the desk there is my invention, Pokedex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Magic and Blue, take these with you. Magic got Pokédex from Professor Oak. To make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world. That was my dream. But I'm too old. I can't do it. So I want you two to fulfill my dream for me. Get moving, you two. This is a great undertaking in Pokemon history. Blue says, alright Gramps, leave it all to me. Magic, I hate to say it, but I don't need you. I know, I'll borrow a town map from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one. Magic, ha 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 ha. His theme song does slap though. So, what do you do when someone says not to talk to their sister? You go talk to her anyway. Hi Daisy, what's good? Grandpa asked you to run an errand? Here, this will help. Magic got a town map. Excellent. So now if I go into my items, I can open the town map whenever I choose. This is very helpful because I sometimes forget where I'm going. So this will show me where I am and which path to take. Save, because this is a good place to save. And now the leveling continues. We'll use tackle. The wild encounter rates on this game are very strange. I can walk through a complete patch of grass without encountering a Pokemon, or sometimes every couple steps you'll encounter a wild Pokemon. In this area in particular, I'm only going to encounter Rattata and Pidgey. So Rattata used Tail Whip, which lowers my defense one stage. Squirtle grew to level 7. And now we're back in Viridian City. We'll heal up our Pokemon. Thank you, your Pokemon are fighting fit. So now we have everyone at level 7 except for Bulbasaur. Let's see what that old man is up to. When I go shop in Pewter City, I have to take the winding trail in Viridian Forest. So now the old man's had his coffee, and he's out of our way. And here is the first Pokemon gym. This gentleman says, this Pokemon gym is always closed. I wonder who the leader is. They're not ready for my team right now, I'll tell you what. So walking in front of the gym triggers, the gym's doors are locked. And then it kicks me over the fence. So we can't go there yet. Well, rats. I'm gonna go down this way. So now we have another. Well, let's go back to the Pokemart actually. See if I can buy some things. So we can buy Pokeballs, Antidotes, Paralyze Heal, and Burn Heal. I'll pick up 5 Antidotes, and I'll pick up 5 Paralyze Heals. We're not going to buy Pokeballs quite yet because we can get some for free. Well, let us go. We're going to play in this grass for a minute until our Pokemon get a little stronger, and then we will battle Blue again. Wild Nidoran male has appeared. This is a poison type Pokemon. It used Leer. Leer lowers my defense 1 stage, but it shouldn't really matter if I tackle it 3 times. But Nidoran male will be a key player in our team once we get some Pokeballs. I think we'll aim to get everything to level 8 before we challenge Blue. And Squirtle will learn Bubble, so we have our first water type move. You know what? Let's now we'll get everything up to level 8. Be consistent. And in this save, our rival chose Charmander, so Squirtle will be able to sweep it with Bubble, no problem. Now, when I was growing up playing this game, I never used non-damaging moves like Growl. I just would spam tackle the whole time, which caused a lot of headaches for me, because starting with Charmander, there are certain types of Pokemon that tackle doesn't do a lot of damage to. Rock types in particular, which made progressing the game very difficult as a child. Now Bulbasaur learned Leech Seed. Wild Rattata. Rattata. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it actually. So Leech Seed is a non-damaging move that will plant seeds around the opponent. And at the end of every turn, it'll sap their HP and give it to me. So it's like getting a free attack every turn. Oh, tackle missed. Missed twice in a row on a 100% accurate move? So if you look at your Pokemon stats, it'll tell you how much XP is needed to get to level 8. I need 52 more EXP. Another Nidoran. This game's very grindy in the early part because you want your Pokemon to be at a high enough level to compete with others. If I were to catch these weak level 3 Pokemon and challenge Blue with them, he would destroy them. So I gain 25, so 1 or 2 more battles, I should be at level 8, and then we'll have Charmander level up as well. Nope, this could be one more. Oh, we encountered a Spearow. This is a flying normal type, like Pidgey. Level 5, it's pretty beefy. Oh, shucks. Oh, grass Pokemon are weak towards flying attacks. So I need to get Bulbasaur out of there. Luckily that growl failed because I can't really afford to lose attack. And it was a critical hit. Yeah, this Spearow is kind of beefy. Bulbasaur reach level 8. Switch into Charmander. Nidoran appeared. Now that says Nidoran male. There is also a Nidoran female somewhere. I want to say it should be in this patch of grass somewhere, but it has a lower encounter rate. Now Charmander's level 8. So now that we are all consistently leveled, let's heal up and go challenge Blue again. Now playing through this game the first time, I didn't realize that Blue was over there. Or if I did, I don't remember him being over there. But we want to challenge him and win so we can get more money and EXP. Put Squirtle at the start of our party. And it's time to defeat Blue again. There's the theme song. Blue says, "Hey Magic, you're going to the Pokemon League? Forget it, you probably don't have any badges. The guard won't let you through. By the way, did your Pokemon get any stronger?" Blue wants to fight. And he starts with a Pidgey. Not Sand Attack. So Sand Attack lowers your Pokemon's accuracy, which is really annoying if they hit you with 2 to 3 of them. The critical hit, that didn't do anything. Oh, my attack missed. Oh, now he's gonna spam Sand Attack. So we're gonna switch into our Charmander. So switching your Pokemon out will restore its accuracy to where it was. Good grief, that thing was strong. Yeah, I didn't factor on his Pidgey being that strong. I thought level 8 would be more than enough. It keeps damaging my accuracy, so I'm gonna switch into Bulbasaur. Hope he doesn't use a sand attack. And I will tackle. No! Yeah, sand attack is... There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, now he's going to use Charmander. And we'll use Squirtle. He's a little weaker than I want him to be. But Bubble's super effective against fire-type Pokemon. So I should be able to do a lot of damage. Yep, super effective, and his speed fell. Well, that shows just how incredibly busted of a move Sand Attack was. Blue. Aw, you just lucked out. Magic got $280 for winning. I heard Pokemon League has many tough trainers. I have to figure out how to get past them. You should quit dawdling and get a move on. You talk a lot of smack for being defeated. But with us defeating our rival Blue, that seems like a perfect place to end this video. If you found this video enjoyable, please like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll have the next episode out soon. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.